Hello, and welcome to the show Chocolate Fountains with Lani. Today I'm going to introduce you to this model of chocolate fountain. It's currently already on. I can actually feel the heat from the bowl. There's only a couple of things we need to go over here. Number one, you've got two dials over on this side. The one is, yes, the heat is on. I can actually feel the bowl warming up. You're going to want to warm up the bowl prior to putting the chocolate into it. There's a couple of reasons for that. It's already going to be warm and keep the chocolate flowing. If this bowl is cold when you put the chocolate in it, it gives it an opportunity to harden up. So go ahead and let the bowl warm up prior to putting the chocolate in it. And the other thing is there's a secondary switch. You'll notice that when I turn it on, it's going to make a clanging sound. Possibly. There it is. So now that's what's going to suck the chocolate up into the chocolate fountain. It'll pull it down from the bottom up through the top. I know you've seen it happen before. I'm going to turn it off because it's irritating. I'm also now going to turn off the heat because I'm not going to be applying chocolate to this today. What you need to know, one thing is this model does actually have a heat dial, so go ahead and check the chocolate bags. I haven't looked at them, but they're down the way. Go ahead and check the chocolate bags. They're going to tell you some instructions as far as what heat this should be on. Go ahead and look at that because that's a really handy tool. Another thing I noticed with this model as I turned it on, when this came unplugged ever so slightly, because I had it on a weird angle, it didn't connect. So make sure this bit here is nice and snug because then it'll turn right on. So that guy out like that. Okay. So this one, unlike some of the other ones we've had before, actually its little top piece looks like it's staying on. So the top piece stays on. We don't have to screw with that part, which is nice. This part, the actual fountainy part, screws on and off counterclockwise, which is important because it'll never come off if you do it the wrong way. So make sure you go opposite direction on those threads and it'll be nice and secure. So that comes all the way off, set aside. Then you have the spiral part. This is the part that forces the chocolate up through the thing. The important thing to note with this is that when you're cleaning the chocolate fountain, it does not suffice just to clean the outside. You're going to clean this, make sure it's all silver and pretty again, and get the chocolate out of this icky part in the bottom. It always winds up having chocolate in it. I'm going to buy you one of those fluffy things to push through here just because it's a bit easier for cleaning, but make sure the chocolate gets entirely out of here as well. So these are our major pieces here. We've got our spiral, our plug, our fountain bit. The next part is the bowl. Most important part, it just sets right in there. This is the piece that broke last time. So I would encourage you to be very careful with this. This is the rubber piece that goes around the outside of the bowl. You'll notice there is a small hole there. You're just going to go ahead and line it up and it'll slide on perfectly and it'll go around these little rivets. Now, I don't know if I got this too hot or not. In a little package that's going to stay in the box and travel with it, there are pieces, but you don't need them. They actually came in with, they were pre-installed in the fountain, so when you see this, don't worry about it. It's not a piece that's missing. It's just a replacement piece for the future. And then it's also got some fuses. So whenever you open the box, just make sure this stays with it. I just want to be sure that we have it at all time in case we need to replace a fuse. But the piece, the little white piece, is right here, and it goes on top of the little baby black piece that's already in there. So that's our thing. This will be loose. I'm going to keep it in the bowl. We make sure we're protective of that piece. And then something else you need to note is that water can get through these holes. Never, ever, ever submerge this piece. You can submerge everything else. You can put it in a deep barrel of water, no big deal. But this is the piece you're going to want to keep completely free of water. We'll, go ahead and wipe off the base, etc. But before this thing touches the sink, you want to remove it entirely from this. Let's see what else you need to know about this. You're going to have a chocolate box. I'll have all your cleaning supplies in there. But this, for the most part, is everything you need.